And now for a quick disclaimer. The T-Bone
and Chick Brew
in the morning show is for infotainment purposes only.
The opinions expressed here do not represent
Naval Station Rhoda, the Armed Forces Network,
or the Department of Defense.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
We're ready. Everything's fine.
Of course I'm ready. Disregard anything you see over here.
Ready.
Today is a great day in radio history.
Because you're back.
I am not dead. I'm very happy with the fact that I'm not dead. Look, shut up. People...
You tell me to shut up all the time.
I sparingly tell you to shut up. It's only when it's most appropriate.
Tell me more than anyone else. Oh, wait, you're the only person I talk to most days. Go ahead. Sad life.
Unfortunately, I do not tell anyone else that. Well, I have grown so comfortable with you that I can tell you what I actually want to say in a,
Let's go back to that uncomfortable period.
Not a problem.
I'm teasing.
Here we are. I predict...
Might as well just go home.
I predict today will be the most downloaded episode of T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning ever.
I absolutely agree. You just left us last week when we were scared. I thought I was going to be alone.
Right, so did I, but in a different way.
You'd be with all the good boys and dogs and all the good boys and girls.
Yeah, well, there's a chance. There's a chance that could happen.
Or the bad dogs.
I don't remember saving any lives recently, any golden tickets to get me, no sacrificing of myself.
Well, I think you were nice one time.
I have a tendencia to be nice. It's just often
nice
misinterpreted by the way I sound. Let me help you up. No, it's okay.
Your face is nice, and people think I'm nice, which is hilarious because I say things the wrong way as well, but it's... anyway.
Our Okinawa listeners are having a hard time listening this morning, and they want to know if we could do the podcast live. I'm sure there's a way, but I ain't the one, especially in a building with no Wi-Fi. I'm not using up, an hour's worth of data to stream... I'm sorry. You're either going to have to listen live or you're going to have to listen later. And later means after I upload the episode. And I've got a very busy weekend ahead of me. I have to finish working on my job for tomorrow. Tomorrow night I have the CB Ball, my favorite. Oh yeah,
it's your favorite time of year.
Party of the year.
It's the most wonderful time.
So looking forward to that. Seeing some of my favorite people getting out there and having a good time, a responsible good time. But the reason I predict this will be the most downloaded episode ever is because I'm going to be smashing the hospital today. A lot. By name. I'm just going to smash everyone.
Oh, goodness.
That's the lead-in. That's what we're going to leave them with.
Oh, that's it. I was going to say something really inappropriate.
Stay tuned to this special episode of Smash the Hospital. T-Bone is alive, and he's back in the studio. In case you haven't figured it out yet, it's T-Bone.
And Chick Brew.
In the morning.
It's like the one country song I know.
I noticed you were singing along. I found that to be entertaining.
I worked in a country bar for a minute.
And there's only one song you left there with?
Yeah. College was a weird time for me.
I probably have maybe 10 country songs in my repertoire that I know.
I feel like I know other ones, but I feel like that one, for some reason, is just like really stuck in there.
Never heard it, but I'm sure our one of our favorite listeners, Lee, knows that one.
I played it for him.
He was probably singing along with it. Probably very happy. He actually enjoyed the cavalcade last night. He joined in last night to talk about what we should talk about today.
Oh.
And it's on the list of things to talk about. It's why do dogs eat things? Look at your face. Ha, ha, ha. If you could just see the look on Chick Brew's face the moment I said that.
I might start crying. I have not slept. I am very tired and very sensitive.
This is one of those discussions we love to share with you. If you have a canine, if you have your own little precious petto, and they have decided to chomp on something, we're curious as to what it is. And how do you let us know? How do you join the conversation? Very simple. You call us at the studio. studio, 727-1025. You call us on your cellular phone, 956-821-1025, and we'll take your ideas. Or, and probably the most preferred way, is you hit us up on the social media page. Now, you can find the social media page by searching on Facebook under the hashtag LUNSB. That's LUNSB. You go on there, you want to join, we click yes, and then we do all kinds of off-air content and conversations that occur on there. And yeah, so the topic of this morning, aside from the pending smashing of medical, that's coming. Don't think I haven't forgotten. I'm going to destroy them by name. Aside from that, we're going to talk about your precious Pero and and what have they done recently, or not so recently? When has your dog ever eaten something that they weren't supposed to eat that made you take a picture of the item and the dog, with the dog having a guilty face, a precious little innocent. I don't
think that was guilt. And I'll tell you what I think he was looking to eat in that picture.
He was just guilty because he got caught?
Nope.
What?
I don't think it was guilt.
What was it?
I think So I went outside and he was trying to eat poop.
Okay.
And so I think he was not so much feeling guilty, but just slighted.
Is that a thing with beagles? Is that a breed thing? They like to poop eat? Or is this something you've just allowed him to do and he's okay with it?
No, like I am the crazy mom with the poop bag. So as soon as my dogs even go into the yard, I'm just out there. It's getting worse. I don't know how to fix it. So I'm just constantly.
What would be a good helicopter parent analogy? Or
oh, no, that's me. At the dog park, I'm like, don't let your 2-month-old puppy hurt my dog. That's me. I'm that parent. I know this. I know this. It's fine.
So that's what we got going on today. What else are we going to be talking about today?
Your butt.
Oh.
It's the only thing I'm here for. I would have slept otherwise. I want to hear more about your man baby crying.
Okay, first of all, it's not mental issues. It's not mental. It's just I say things that other people think. I say them. And then people who don't say what I'm thinking, even though they think them, are like, you're crazy. No, I'm not. I'm just saying stuff you're thinking. And we'll be talking about what you're thinking and what I'm saying when we come back. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning. All right, here we go. I have to remember that the microphone is the thing is recording once you hit the red button, even though the song takes 10 seconds to play out. That's just 10 seconds of dead air on the podcast that I have to later cut out. Anyway, here we go. We're getting into it right now. We've built up the anticipation. This is where I tell you how absolutely horrible Naval Medical Center Rhoda is at everything they do, and I'm going to name people. Is what we've teased you with, but that's called a bait and switch. I'm not going to do that, and it's funny that you think I would. But the reason we think this will be the most downloaded episode ever of the show is because a lot of the people who surprisingly are our fans say they can't listen and don't know about the podcast. And when they hear about this, they'll tell one friend and they'll tell one friend and they'll tell one friend, and we'll get like 3 listeners, and that'll be the most.
Coronavirus. Those are 2 options.
We'll talk about that too. That'll be the most downloaded episode ever. So I had to go into general surgery for an invasive procedure that required anesthesia.
I think we have a song called Anesthesia.
Nice. It triggers every one of my phobias about medical accidents, and so of course it's intrusive, so accidents can happen there. It involved anesthesia, so accidents can happen there. And then of course when you finish the thing, you get your results, which that's a whole nother thing for somebody who's a hypochondriac. I have to, everything that possibly could happen, possibly, is of course on my brain. But I am now not only a fan of, but a huge proponent of, and if there's a campaign out there for getting colonoscopies, I'm going to become the new spokesperson, because you gotta do it, and you no longer do you need to wait to 50 to do it.
Oh,
they're recommending starting it at 45 because anything they find during a colonoscopy is definitely something they want to find as early as possible. So now TRICARE's willing to pay for it at 45. You don't have to wait till 50 anymore. And the benefit of this procedure far outweighs the detriment of not getting this procedure and what they would have to do should they find something after it's too late. So there's a whole bunch of people I'm going to name here. Number one, I'm going to name the guy who had to do it all, Doc Johnson. Bless his heart, man. He's a second generation gastroenterologist. He's a very gentle demeanor, very nice guy. He can use this for his fit rep if he wants to.
Give that man a nail. I'll sign off on it.
His bedside manner, if there were such a thing, just a really calming, intellectual conversation I had with him that really made things good. So if there's 5 stars to give in this conversation, 5 stars going to Doc Johnson. There are other people I met along the way.
Amazon review, 5 stars.
His PA, I don't know the proper terminology, but HM3, I think he is, Lopez. It works directly with him. Fantastic young man, very smart, very intelligent, worked me through all my issues. What I found out and what I share with other people this time around, 5 stars, just so I'm clear, 5 stars for Doc Lopez. What I found out is being honest with your doctor is probably something important. If you were on active duty, there is no doubt in my mind you have lied to your doctor many, many times.
Everything's fine. Does this hurt?
Nope.
Why are you bleeding?
There are 2 reasons to lie. One is just to get out of medical as soon as possible. The
Or
other,
to go to medical.
The other is to get out of work as soon as possible.
I'm not saying that you should.
It happens. People lie to their doctor. I went into this procedure thinking, I don't want to lie. And I told them up front what all my issues were. I know I need help, a little bit of help, and I think this helped me along the way. So along with Lopez, and I'm just kind of naming these people in the order that I met them. The next person I met...
In order of appearance.
In order of appearance was H.N. Lee. Very smart young lady. She's got her whole life figured out already. She was a great conversationalist, and she was just somebody who liked to basically give me... Did you know her?
Yeah. Wants to be a surgeon one day?
Yeah. She gave me a tour of the hospital while we were looking for other people. There's so many people that were involved in this process.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
They're going to have the music playing me off. So I got Johnson and Lopez, and then out of order, out of order would have been DeBoer and Lieutenant House. They're part of this. There's a lot of people involved in a colonoscopy.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you just strolled in and...
And Lieutenant House gets 4 stars, and he knows why he's getting 4. I'll give him 4.5 stars. Well, you know what? I'm bumping him up to 5. He laughed at all my jokes. He gets 5 stars. And DeBoer, he's going to get 5 stars too. He made me fill out the paperwork. Okay, I said I was totally honest during this. I may have lied a little bit.
Did you say you were 25?
When they asked me my occupation, I said model. When they asked me why I was here, I said to have some... antiquated equipment, peruse my nether regions.
There is so much fodder there that is not for this.
It was a good experience, and they made it better. Have you ever heard of a spa blanket?
Was that one of the warm heated ones?
Oh, I never knew this existed.
I almost bought one the other day.
One of my favorite people put that on me. When we come back, I'm going to continue the praise of our local medical center, specifically by name, some fantastic people who took a very scared man-child and made the experience not only worthwhile, but worthwhile so much that I am now a proponent of the procedure, and I will praise this procedure and people and encourage people to do it as early as possible. That's when we come back. So if you need a coffee break, maybe now's the time. I don't know.
This one's for you, my friend.
Oh, joy. Whoosh. We're taking you down a trip down the Grand Canyon today.
Oh goodness.
We
Are you saying that it's an epic venture?
There's a lot of...
It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. Giving yourself a lot of credit over there, my friend. Nature's wonder.
I believe she's a second class, Petty Officer Rodriguez. She was the next person that I meet in my journey at the hospital during my recent visit. What she didn't know and what they did... side note, you should tell people not to do this. I have never been to surgery before, ever.
Wisdom teeth?
Nothing. I'm very fortunate. Never had surgery for anything.
I went to surgery for my tonsils and one grew back.
I think they just missed it. So I prior to going to the hospital, of course, I want to be. I mean, these people are going to see me in a way no one ever sees me. Literally, no one has ever seen me. I want to present the best. I do my hair real nice. I do my body up real nice. I mean, I presented my body as if I were a virgin about to be sacrificed on top of a mountain. I oiled. Oh, it was great. The problem with oil is all the little things they got to put on you don't
Just slide
stick.
right off.
And of course, they didn't tell me not to oil, and Doc Rodriguez had no idea that it was all oil. She's like, I don't know why these don't. Yeah, I don't know why these don't keep sticking to you. And then it struck me, oh my God, she thinks I'm this greasy of a person. It's like, no, let me explain. I oiled myself.
Because I'm that kind of greasy person. From New Jersey, I keep the grease in my hair and I let it run down to my body.
Yes. Next person on my list gets 5 stars, of course, is Doc Rodriguez. She was fascinating. Now, here is the only person whose full name I got. And she knows who she is. I don't want to cheat her. Her name is Hillary. And as I think about it, first Hillary I've ever met.
Really?
I've never met a Hillary.
I have a good friend, Hillary.
Yeah, I believe that. We grew up in different neighborhoods.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of Hillarys in my neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So,
I know one.
yeah, Hillary Meyer was my anesthesiologist.
Those are great people.
I was terrified of her. I
She was probably the scariest person that you met
I was
that day.
scared that the doctor would make a mistake while inside me. I was scared that the anesthesiologist, because of my size, would we need a lot to put this guy down, and it's not true. My brain is the same size as everybody. Here's the thing. No one drugs me because it would cost them too much in drugs to try to drug me.
How much does it take? 2 baby aspirin. Oh, okay.
Double the dosage. But when I explained to her, I'm pretty much a lightweight. I don't really think I need a lot. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. And, anesthesiologists are known for this wonderful trick they do and where they have fun with the patient. Like, okay.
Sing this song with me.
Countdown in prime numbers from 72. And, you're like, gone.
Yeah, they always make me sing the song.
What song?
Whatever's on the radio. Especially here, because they're like, oh, you're on the radio.
They make you sing a song that's on the radio?
Sing the song with me. And then I'm like, I don't get very far. I know what you're talking about.
I didn't need that. I did not need, because of all the issues in my brain already, I didn't need okay, here's your death sentence countdown. If you're sitting in front of an electric chair and you're going to be electrocuted at midnight and they have a clock right in front of you with a second hand that's ticking, I didn't need that. So she didn't even tell me. Say, the next person on the list. By the way, 5 stars. 5 stars and a letter of commendation. Hillary knocked it out of the park.
10 out of 10 would let her put me to sleep again.
My next favorite person, Naranjo. Yes,
What?
Lieutenant Commander Naranjo. Now,
Okay.
She serves a very important role in this thing that I didn't even know existed. I thought when I went in there, I was pretty much as defenseless as I'm ever going to be. But she came in as my guardian angel.
She give you a safe word?
As my safe
Pineapple?
word. She came, never pineapple. Pineapple's so overused. She came in as my guardian angel. Her job is to watch over my unconscious body and make sure nobody messes with me. you think about this now. There have been a lot of instances where famous people have died. Not saying famous, I'm just saying famous people have died and they're like taking pictures with the corpse.
Weird.
Yeah. Louis C.K. did an episode on that with his dentist. No. So she is in there just as my advocate.
I would always be that. I would be that person for you.
She brought me the spa blanket, which never had that before.
Now you know.
And
if anyone's looking for T-Bone's Christmas birthday gift, just letting you know.
And she was in charge of the pillows.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have to get over on my side, of course, and project myself. And she is in charge of making me comfortable. So I got a pillow for my head. Nice. Then she gives me another pillow to cuddle. I'm like, this is cool. Just like home. I have a Julie pillow. I'm not allowed to cuddle my wife anymore, so I just cuddle the pillow. I call it her. And then she puts one between my knees. Puts one between my feet. And then she shoves one in between my back and the railing. So
she's a good person. You were in a fortress of pillow.
No, I'm at home. Nice. I'm laying on my left side. I'm hugging a pillow like I always do. And I've got brute force pushing against my spine, which is normally Zeus.
Yeah,
right?
You were in a cuddle puddle.
I was in a fantastic position, and they asked me if I'm comfortable, and I said, yes, I am. And then they said, okay, we're done. That was it. That was all she wrote.
You complained for longer than the procedure took.
Don't we all?
No.
Come on. More people spend time trying to get out of work than just doing it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. Well, it's the same way with surgery and everything else.
Medical doesn't really scare me. The only thing that really scares me is if I'm going to have a good person to drive me home who's not going to record my shenanigans on my way out.
Well,
one time, the producer was my release back into the wild after surgery.
Back into the wild.
Another time, my good friend, now Chief Petty Officer Boone, was my other one. And that was the worst one because I made an embarrassing joke on the way out. I'm a brewer who's making an exit. This is a Brexit.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, it was bad.
I asked the doctor to take me out for drinks after. Oh. I remember asking him that. He said he likes to go out for drinks before.
That's a good doctor.
Which is not a bad response. I give him points for that. So everybody involved in that procedure, to include the physical hospital itself and its facilities, I will put this in an ICE form so you can put it up somewhere. And the reason it's taken me so long is when I write an ICE comment, it's going to be a good one.
I put in all the words.
But I also have this platform to say, you and your staff did an amazing job for me. I know you do it for other people, and I am highly recommending. What is colon month? Is there a month?
Oh, there is. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I have a whole thing on that we can't even talk about.
Yeah.
We all know what Breast Cancer Awareness Month is because everybody cares. But when it comes to the other end, no one really cares.
I care.
You should care. It's very important. And I highly recommend a colonoscopy. When we come back, when we come back, while we're on the medical trip, before we even get into dogs, we're going to talk about coronavirus stuff.
Okay, this song is for your anesthesiologist.
That's funny. That goes out to Hillary. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Again, 5 stars. 5 stars for everybody involved. 5 stars for Naval Medical Center, Rhoda. I think
Thank you for keeping my T-bone alive.
Naval Hospital. Yeah, I really...
I appreciate them.
In the shower, I have my worst thoughts.
That's terrifying.
In the shower and walking, that's when my brain is active the most because it doesn't have to do anything but the task at hand. There's no other distractions. I'm not the only one. That's proven scientifically, if you could find an activity that requires no extra stuff, it's when your brain works the best. So I'm there, and I'm like, what if I did die on the table?
Oh, why would you do that?
Yeah, because I went Sixth Sense. I went...
worst case scenario.
That was the name of the movie, right? Sixth Sense? M. Night Shyamalan.
I see dead people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weird
That's
kid.
what I went. I'm Bruce Willis. Here I am continuing my life. You
have no idea. You just ruined that for...
The reason only 1% of the bed was disturbed last night was just because of Zeus, not because of me.
Oh my gosh.
I had that thought go through my brain. But if this is how I exist, I'm okay with that. Sorry for anyone that I got upset.
Well, you're still here.
Oh,
or unless I'm not here and none of us are here.
That's what you would say.
Right, I know. What if none of this is real?
Wait, it only falls apart when he becomes self-aware, right? He's living his life, and then he becomes self-aware.
Like Jim Carrey.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about coronavirus or any virus. What we're going to talk about is universal precautions. Now,
Lick everything.
Shut up.
Then you will build up your...
As I say often, I am not a doctor and I don't play one on TV, but I am an definitely experienced germaphobe. And being a germaphobe allows me to share information and tips with you that will assist you in avoiding any type of virus. So again, the CDC is saying wash your hands.
Yes.
T-Bone has been saying wash your nasty hands for years. Always wash your hands. Use warm water. Use soap and water. And then as soon as you get done washing your hands, try to avoid going and touching other things that have been touched by people with untouched hands. It seems weird sometimes when I walk around and I'm just hanging out next to a door and I really don't have anything going on. And I just know I'm 2 seconds away from somebody opening the door for me because I just cleaned my hands. I'm not neurotic about it. I don't wear rubber gloves everywhere I go or a CHT suit, but
something to consider getting you for Christmas.
One of the other things that was recently mentioned, I can't remember the term that they use for it, but it's basically increasing the size of your bubble. The CDC says 6 feet.
I'm totally here for it.
Yes.
6 feet.
As Americans, we already have a larger bubble than Asians and Europeans, but I'm down with increasing it for all of us.
I'm here for it.
I have a voice that can have a 6-foot conversation with anybody, and anybody who doesn't have that voice, now's the time to get into training.
Look, now is just an excuse to not have to talk to people. This is great.
Not only not talk to people, but it's a great excuse not to touch people.
I also don't like being touched.
I don't have to shake your hand. I don't have to fist bump you or elbow you or hug you or dos besos you. I don't have to do any of that. I can greet you from a polite distance with a smile and say, "Hi, how are you?"
Don't have to worry whether or not you just presented a colonoscopy. I'm good. You can say hi from there.
The day of, I went to shake Lee's hand. Lee didn't want to shake my hand. Downstairs, I see friends of mine. They want to shake my hands. They don't want to shake my hand. Oh, you're going to cut me short on universal precautions?
Okay,
I thought this was good stuff.
No, we're good. Go on. I have a really good song for us.
So continuing with the universal precautions and germophobia experience, we talk about washing your hands, washing yourself, of course.
Please.
If you're sick, go home. Or don't come to work. I hate it. I understand. I'm guilty of doing it myself. You're sick, but you don't have a chit. You don't have a piece of paper saying
the most frustrating thing.
We are changing that mentality now. Now, if you are sick, you stay at home and you call. You call first and say you're sick, and then
someone's still going to tell you go to medical.
Yeah, but when you go versus going to medical, and I've done it because you had to do it. You couldn't just take the day off on your word. You had to go to medical. Medical had to say you were sick, and then you had to take that shit back to the office and say, "I'm sick. There's proof."
Yeah, I was already not feeling well. Now I spent 4 hours waiting for an opening in the place where everyone doesn't feel well, and now I'm going to go to you and say, "Here, I don't feel well," and while you decide my fate, even though I have the paper, then I'm going to go home. So it's a whole day of rest.
Right now, that protocol is not in play. No. I saw a fake news story last night that I loved.
I love fake news.
It was Trump to give all government employees 2 weeks off. Everybody, he's just shutting down the government for 2 weeks so we could self-quarantine. And it was a good-looking fake news story. And
I already self-quarantined.
I almost wanted to send that to the boss.
You should have done.
So... you and distractions.
I'm here for
I had something I was going to say and I lost it.
Riveting.
Play music, smarty.
Okay. Took me right back to high school.
Yeah, I didn't save the photo before I could edit the photo, so you have to save it, then you edit it, then you can post it. It's the little things in life. So the photo that you will be seeing in the near future on the Cavalcade or the fan page, which if you don't know where to find the fan page, you can find the fan page by searching on Facebook, #LUNSB. It's the T-Bone and Chick Brew Cavalcade. Cavalcade is code for fan page. It's where we have a bunch of offline conversations, and we have regular conversations with our fans. Do you notice? Oh, I do have my headphones on. Has the
You okay?
quality of my voice changed?
It's a little.
Is it noticeable?
No.
I don't think it is.
Only because I have your voice directly into my ears.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, right now I am wearing my very own. The fun part about the coronavirus is you can change corona to different things. As soon as I got out of my thing, I was asked about my coronavirus. Winky, winky. Yes, you're so smart, Mike. So smart. And of course, all yesterday I was talking about the Cordova virus.
Cordova.
Yeah, my friend Al Cordova. He's a virus of it. He's just a typical virus. So the CDC, of course, these people know everything. So take their word for it. Again, I'm just a germaphobe. I'm not a doctor. The CDC says wearing a mask doesn't prevent spread of the coronavirus. But they also say in the exact same statement, all healthcare workers should wear a mask. So if it's good enough for a healthcare worker, it's good enough for me. The fun thing about it is, if you go online, you can order them in any style or fashion. They've got the smiley
Yours
face
is
ones.
just out of this world.
It is definitely out of this world because I'm out of this world. So the CDC's thing is, if you wear a mask, you're going to touch your face more. But what if you touch your face all the time anyway? And that the sides could allow something to get in the sides. It's the same concept for me as wearing a hard hat on a job site.
Yes.
I could still get hit with things on a job site, but there's some level of personal protection. So I always wear my helmet. And if you see me walking around, if you see me in a crowded area, you'll probably see me wearing what I used to always call the bird flu mask.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's when these really became.
H1N1.
That's right. That's when these really became popular. Everybody in Asia was wearing them. It was a fashion statement, but they were just going with plain old surgical masks. They weren't having fun with it. And when you're in a crowded area, and it's spread by water droplets, right? This virus is spread by droplets. Anything I can do to keep your droplets away from my openings, I'll do. I'm going to wear the glasses. I'm going to wear a mask.
I'm going to stay in my house.
And I'm not going to judge you if you don't have a mask. Remember the video I told you about the woman in China who refused to wear a mask? And
I saw that.
And they beat her?
Yeah, it's not that serious.
Into submission.
It's not funny, man.
Oh, well.
I do what I want. I take that
She made a choice.
Very seriously.
She made a choice. She
took
lives
the
in a
stand.
country that's pretty strict. And they said, wear your mask. And she said no. And they made her. That's what they do. I think we're getting ready to do the news. And
we got a few seconds here.
And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about things dogs chew. So
That
if you got
mask is
any,
next.
you got
What?
any input on that, join us on the fan page and tell us what things has your dog chewed. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning. Dum-ba-da-bum-bum-bum.
Oh, yeah, it sounds better with the mask.
We posted a picture of me wearing my bird flu mask, and I already got a love.
Oh, there we
Look
go.
at that. And I'll be wearing that at the CV Ball tomorrow night.
That's probably not unwarranted.
It will go good with my suit. That's a nice one.
Anyone loves any picture of you where it looks you like you resembles you wearing something that looks like a gag.
You could. So I can't even tell this story.
You can't.
I used to
But we'll
give.
go to break
I used to
soon.
give that to my instructors whenever they would say something stupid in front of a class. I would give them one of those, and they had to keep it on their desk until another one of the instructors said something stupid.
Oh, it was the stick, like the prize stick.
Yes,
Good
good
job.
times. We promised that we would be talking about dogs and things dogs chew. So, I have a very large dog.
You do. He's beautiful. though.
He's so good.
He's
He's so
gorgeous.
regal. He's so regal.
Not as
And-
regal as my beagle.
And the breed is notorious for destruction.
I could see that.
Large scale destruction. If they are not properly exercised, they will do damage. And I, of course, as a member of all these Facebook groups, I see people who've lost couches.
Oh, yeah.
A whole couch destroyed by a dog that wasn't getting enough exercise. So if you have an active breed and they're chewing up your stuff, you're probably not exercising them enough. But Your breed isn't really an active.
False. They're beagles are stamina dogs. They're working dogs. And I did not tell the manager anything about my experience growing up with a beagle. Otherwise, we wouldn't have one now. Hopefully the manager's already at work and not hearing this. My mom used to have to write letters to my teachers.
No
to
kidding.
Justify
It really got eaten by a dog.
not just the homework, but the entire textbook multiple times.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it's the nose. It's the nose.
No, it's the lack of exercise.
They get the scent. It doesn't matter what it is.
An
Because I will
exhausted
literally
dog isn't going to do that.
Nope. Take him to the dog park. Take him on a walk. Everything. And he'll be 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Turn the other way. Oh, look. I found this. He's a monster.
So recent pictures on Facebook have shown that what looked like a Fire Stick remote
It had a smoky taste.
and a television remote
Now we have a matching set.
have both been
Nibbled.
nibbled.
We're pretty good at watching him.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes he's fast. He's fast and he is committed to his cause.
And what other things? How about shoes? Is he gone for his
slippers.
shoes?
My shoes, yeah, if you look at the toe of my slide here, there's a little hole. My toe peeks out. Thank you, Sir Rupert. My slippers, though, he likes to chew the insoles, like just rips them out. So I now no longer have the original insides of my slippers, but I had to buy some from the Next and put them in there.
Lee and Barbie have a Spanish Podenco.
Oh, yeah.
That's the six-toed dog, right? That's the...
Yeah, the little...
Are they little? I thought they were big.
Oh, no, the Podencos are medium-sized. They're not,
Okay.
they're not big.
Who also likes to eat remotes.
It's just...
And apparently $400 prescription glasses.
Oh, yeah, I lost a pair of glasses. Got some of the glass in them and everything. Didn't even phase them. Nothing
Really?
even happened. Just, I was like, oh my gosh.
Zeus is the most destructive when we give him things to chew. I bought, Facebook ads get me every once in a
Oh,
while.
every time.
That little suction cup ball that you stick to the floor and the dog plays with himself. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, that thing was gone, destroyed,
man.
useless. Still interested in your stories, but we're getting close to wrapping it up for the day. So if you got any dog stories, coronavirus stories, or hospital shout-outs you want to give, now's the time to get us in. Give us a call, 727-1025, or via your cell phone, 956-821-1025, or preferably hit us up on the Facebook page.
Don't you do it.
I heard the door opening. So here we go. Leading into your weekend, it's a two-parter. We're going to talk about your weekend safety brief, is what we give you every weekend. And we're going to try to approach these from different angles. We say the same thing all the time. The ACC, in case you have forgotten and don't know, it's Accident, Crime, and Court-Martial Prevention. We're going to talk about accident prevention this time around. Distracted driving comes in many forms, whether it be your phone or whether it be your food or your nails or your hair, your makeup. You can get distracted a whole bunch of ways.
The moon? Did you see the moon this morning?
I did not see the moon this
because it
morning.
was distracting. Mother
That
Nature
happens.
trying to kill me.
I usually pull off and take a photo when it's a spectacular moon.
I didn't have time for all that.
We were
I had to
sitting
be really. I had to be
outside
really
waiting.
early. I had to be really early.
So here's a different angle. Lemon juice.
What?
Yeah. Or as I call it, lemon milk. Most of you have a lemon tree in your yard or nearby, or you have free oranges nearby on any street in the area. Yes, those are probably the king's oranges, and you're probably not allowed to use them. And they're probably sour oranges. You know the difference between a sour orange and a sweet orange?
The sweet oranges grow in my backyard, and the sour oranges I'm not allowed to pick, and I don't touch them.
The taste. That's the difference. Like a thermometer joke. Anyway, if you have a lemon tree in your backyard and you are not juicing the lemons,
Oh, I have a citrus press. I love that thing.
a citrus press.
Yes.
Rookie. A juicer, a no kidding.
I'm trying to
put
sell one on
the
yard sale right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
I have a Jack LaLanne juicer. Let me tell you, this is how you defeat the coronavirus. Because, I mean, I'm a firm believer that sailors should never get sick of anything other than scurvy. And we learned a long time ago that you can defeat
Fair.
scurvy with vitamin C. If you have a lemon tree in your backyard and you have a juicer, you take that lemon or a bunch of lemons and you just plow them through the juicer. Rind, peel, seeds, everything.
You have to make sure you wash the lemon, though, because
You do-
the peel can have a lot of bad things in it for you.
I am a firm believer that nothing a pigeon puts on a lemon is good for your health.
Nope.
So yes, wash them and then put them through the blender. Not a blender, juicer. And you're going to get this whitish yellow concoction of unbelievably concentrated vitamin C. So a 1.5 liter bottle of water takes about 2 ounces of this lemon milk it's pucker factor from top to bottom.
I do that with all of my water. I crave sour gummies, and this is how I avoid eating 8 pounds of candy every day.
With sour water.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
fantastic.
And you can sweeten it up. If you add sugar to your lemon milk, you're still getting vitamin C. And
Just now lemonade.
Yeah, you're just getting a little extra there.
Candied lemon milk. That is so disgusting.
So lemon milk gives you vitamin C. Vitamin C keeps you healthy. And not sneezing while driving prevents you from crashing. You see what I did there?
Oh,
I tied
do.
both of them together. I told
vitamin
you.
C what you did there.
I told you I was going to put lemon juice somehow in this.
You did.
And
That's bananas.
Lemon. Do not juice a banana.
No, it's not a good idea.
I learned the hard way. Bananas go in blenders, not in juicers. It will ruin your day.
Your whole
When we
day.
come back, we'll be talking about drinks and thinks, baby. You are a fully capable human being parking in a handicap spot.
Oh, yep.
Just because you can.
Another momism.
Uh-huh.
Your rights end where mine begin.
Ooh, your
That's a good.
mom.
My mom is so smart.
I love your mom. Hi, Jan. Thanks for listening. One of our listens more than our spouses do.
Accurate.
Yes.
Accurate.
We finish up here as we finish up every week, wishing you a wonderful weekend, hoping you are safe and taking care of one another and coming back to see us all again next week. It has been T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning, and I remind you this week as I remind you every week as I remind you every single day, be the best person that you can be, and if you were a great person yesterday, be an even better person tomorrow.
And don't forget that you are loved.